Just a word about the readings and then a little application to our lives as Catholics. The first reading is from the book of Kings about the great prophet Elijah. You may remember that some of the people at the time of Jesus' death think he is Elijah. Are you Jeremiah, Elijah, one of the prophets, come back from the dead? Elijah was associated with miracles like we hear in this story where he tells the widow, you know, if you bake me a cake, God will make sure you have enough for you and your child. So the image that comes through Elijah is the people have to support the prophet. If you support the prophet first, God will support you. That becomes kind of like the image that passes into the tradition. In the second reading, in the gospel reading, Jesus calls us, the church, his disciples, to be salt of the earth. We usually use that as a kind of saying now. Salt of the earth means kind of like a down-to-earth good person who makes everything kind of just wholesome. Wholesome. Salt of the earth has to do with something more than wholesome. Salt at the time of Jesus was the spice used basically to preserve things that are good, to preserve meats. It was also used for healing. Salt doesn't mean just a nice woman or a nice man, or down-to-earth salt of the earth. It means somebody that preserves what's good, preserves what's essential for life. We want to be those kind of people. This is the final funeral of George Floyd. A number of these events have been held. I think this is a terribly important time for our society, for our church, for all men and women of goodwill. Why? That cross. We see it every time we come into church. If you just prescind from the issue of faith, Christianity, and Catholicism, and the liturgy, and all of that, what anyone who comes into this church sees first is a man who was crucified, executed. When we saw George Floyd executed by a police officer, not by any means every police officer or the great majority of police, but one police officer, we saw a little modern image of that cross. An innocent man, not a saint, but an innocent man executed. Our religion began there. It began with an executed Galilean rabbi. God rose him from the dead. What will rise out of George Floyd's death, anyone who claims to know can't know, but by God's providence, I hope it is a country that's more just, that's more worthy of the name Christian, its origin, and of a church that sides always with the innocent who are crucified. That kind of church turns us into the salt of the earth. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the